GSL Season 1. Welcome to GSL Icarus. All right, let's introduce our players in the upper left, winning that last game with some very impressive play. We have
아주 심볼.
And in the bottom right starting location, we have our Zerg player. I think he's the underdog, at least as far as we're concerned, but he could still win. We're going to find out. He is
Starting curious.
You know, Symbol plays a Zerg vs. Zerg style that really no one else does.
Did Symbol neural parasite that chick with his
Symbol's
investor
girlfriend or something?
I don't know, man. I didn't only catch the tail end of that art.
Well, don't worry. Neural parasite does not last very long.
Well, it depends. If he has lots of investors, he could just keep doing it.
That's true.
Watch out. Symbol will neural parasite your girl, man. Mind control him. So, you know, here's what I want to talk about just for a second on this map, is that this is probably one of our weirdest maps.
Yeah, I would
we've
say
ever had.
our weirdest.
And it's going to be one of the last Zerg vs. Zergs we ever see on it.
That's true. It's, so we could see one more in the finals, and that's it.
Yep.
You know, this... Oh, that's interesting. Look at the timing of that gas.
That's
going
little
to
bit
finish
too early.
a little bit before the hatch.
Yeah, he could have mined a few more minerals with that drone.
Yeah, unless he's going to go long distance, which doesn't really make a ton of sense. He might, though. I don't know.
Well,
anyways, yeah, that's a little bit odd, but no, he is. He's going to do it. He's going to go 4 deep. You know what? I'm sure he did the math on this. Pretty sure he did the math on
all right,
this.
well, I guess this makes us look good. I was talking about how this is a weird map. I wonder if the final strats we're going to see on this. I guess we're going to see something right away.
That's about as weird as you can get, really.
What we can take away from this right now is that he wants to get gas and get it fast. Yeah. So what do you think? Is he going to do some kind of crazy all-in here? I don't think this is like a normal teching build, but I'm fine being wrong. I don't
know. It's so hard to say because this map is set up so differently with those gold minerals and with those the gold gas, basically, the rich geyser. I'm trying to think what would be theoretically a really great strategy on this map.
I'm racking my brain on it, and I actually don't really know.
I feel like mutas could be
really
too
quick
bad.
layer or something.
But the way that Symbol plays, I think he could do that as well. And you know, that's part of the reason why I feel like this is going to be really hard for Curious. Symbol, not many people play like him. And the people that do, people like Hyun, aren't going to practice with Curious. So for Curious to prepare for this match, it's actually really, really difficult because no one's going to do the kind of weirdish, it's catching on, but kind of weirdish style that Symbol does, as well as Symbol does.
Well, you know, this is one of these situations where you're not just playing against another good Zerg player, you're playing against a certain player that has a very unique play style. Now, we got the Baneling's Nest and Zergling Speed coming up here.
Yeah. I think we'll see the Baneling Nest pretty quickly. Yeah, there you go. Just standard play by both our players right now.
Get him!
Got him. That was a weird get right there.
I know, right as he gets on the creep, I'm like, I think he speeds up.
Yeah, I know, right?
But he gets on that, so.
But, all right. We have actually a lot of lings being made by both players. Not incredibly surprised by this.
20 on both sides now.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be a Ling-Baneling war. And between the rocks in the back and the wideness of the ramp that's far away from creep and the main hatch, there's no real good choke point, so it makes sense that these two would get very aggressive on this map.
It's funny because they're both attempting to be aggressive against each other. They don't know that each other are about to just clash in the middle of the map here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this works out. Curious hiding his lings as best as possible, but so is Symbol.
All right, now he's releasing them, so he sees all these lings. He knows right now, Symbol does, that Curious is up to something. This has triggered Symbol to get into a defensive posture.
And this is beautiful by Curious, because behind this he's making a ton of drones. So he's actually going to have a vastly superior economy for a bit.
All right, he's got to be careful. really, guys, you could make one mistake at this point in time in the game and it just ends.
Yeah. You got to be so careful with Mass Sling Bane against Mass Sling Bane. Lot of Banelings on the way for both players. With the Spine and the Queens there as well, though, Symbol should be able to hold this without
I'm a little bit surprised that Curious actually followed up with the Banelings after just getting onto the high ground.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be weird.
Yeah, just not much being done. I mean, that's
shut
an
that
easy
down.
hold by Curious. I mean, by Symbol.
By Symbol, yeah.
Yeah, and Symbol is going to have the quicker layer, and he's completely safe. Like, you can't attack him with Ling Bane right now, but Curious actually going for a Roach Warren.
And,
All right,
well, we'll see.
Well, when you see that many Banes, I mean, Roach Warren is not a terrible choice.
Now, the third base on this map is hard for, any race to actually hold, but the CBZ, so it's equally hard for these guys to hold. So we really want to focus on when do they take the third base, and can they keep it? So if you deny your opponent's third base a few times, it's... Oh, that was a waste. That was a total waste.
Yeah, that's... I mean, minimum you want to put them on several shift clicks with a move command just to make sure that doesn't happen while your queen kills something, but... we do have the Spire coming up for Symbol, so a little bit of a change of plans for both these players here.
All right, he's continuing to come down here and try to chase away these Banelings. And Symbol's done a good job of pushing Curious out a little bit more on the map, making more of the map his own. Now, note, there's a lot of Overlords here for Curious positioned around the map, and the Mutas are going to be out soon. Oh, he's going to be able to deny the third. He gets the third planted.
That's right, both players taking their third here. But you know what? This is going to turn into Curious attacking a lot. That's exactly what we are about to see because he's going Roaches and Roach speed. We're about to have the Spire done, but he's only got 3 Queens, so that's the entirety of his anti-air. He's going to have to get aggressive and make the Mutas chase down Roaches if he wants to have any chance at holding his third base.
Well, this is going to heat up pretty soon here. And how many CVCs have we actually casted on this map?
None.
None, right?
None.
None. Okay.
Fairly certain.
I'm trying to think back to another game we did on this map. I'm like,
in fact, I know it's 0. I know. I would remember. All right, we do have 9 Mutas on the way, and Curious starting to move out with those Roaches as he absolutely has to. He's getting that +1 attack. It's almost done, as well as the speed. In fact, both should be by the time he gets to the main base of his opponent.
Right now, what he wants to do is snipe that hatchery, the expansion hatchery. Probably, ideally, when it's finished, so that way he, he loses the minerals. But instead, he goes up and towards the main. I'm a little bit surprised by this.
Yeah, we'll see what he can get done. That is a lot of Mutalisks right now.
Okay, now he's got some Lings, though, hitting that other hatchery.
Very well done.
Not clear if he's able to hold both.
Well, with all these Lings, he's kind of doing okay, but it looks... I think
Mutas are coming over here. The hatchery is getting lower. The Roaches...
Yeah, that expansion hatchery might just fall.
It has to go down.
What? Don't worry, there's more stuff coming. Oh my god, 1 Roach left over as well.
Did he actually get that? No, he did not get that hatch.
No, the hatch is in fact still alive, and that 1 Roach dealing a ridiculous amount of damage right now. Finally will be taken out. But
right now, we got more Roaches coming up here. I don't know if we get Lings to come up here and block, but
I don't think that there's any way to actually block.
Up or something like.
But you know what? He's giving a lot of Roaches to kill this hatch. Whoa, that was a big misclick.
Wrong turn there.
Does he actually? He does now. With that misclick, he's not going to get up there. And
oh my god! I think that might actually cost him. I mean, that could cost him the game. That can be to the point of no return. I can't believe that didn't die.
That's huge, man.
I don't even know if Symbol can believe that didn't die.
Well, at the same time, Symbol did lose quite a few drones there, and we actually have a good number of Queens and Infestors already out for Curious. So he might catch these Mutas and still be okay, but right now, everything just went well for Symbol.
Yeah, nice harass there. Got a good amount of drones and got out. No fungals pulled off there. Scotch wants to get this hatchery so bad.
You know what? Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of sad because
I've had this happen.
I don't blame him. I don't blame Curious for doing this. It's not a bad play by Curious, but he's like, okay, if I just get that stupid hatchery, I'll be fine. And he's had about 4 attempts here that have all failed, which means it's units that are wasted. It's not in battles where he's trading stuff. He's just losing units.
Yeah, and in fact, if he hadn't tried to kill it at all, his army would be so big and scary. He'd
probably have a lead right now.
Yeah, he probably would. But as it is, we have Symbol getting his Roach speed. His +1 attack is almost done, so his upgrades are going to be similar, and he's making a ton of Roaches right now.
All right. Well, I think at this point in time, we're not going to see any more attacks over here on that hatchery, at least for now. They both have to basically sit back and start to mass up.
Yeah, but the mutas do still exist, which is going to make it uncomfortable for Curious. He's got to decide because from his tech path right now, it looks like he wants to go just Roach and Fester, which is pretty powerful, but he does throw down that Hydralisk Den now, knowing that he needs to have anti-air with him to deal with those mutas correctly.
All right. A little bit of a calm now before the next storm comes in. And I don't know, man. If you're curious, what do you do from here?
I scratch my head at how that hatchery's still alive.
Yeah.
I can't believe that got saved. That's so insane.
Well, it was perfect.
Still,
the camera shot was perfect, too, because we didn't see the banelings coming in.
Yeah,
until the last thing. Like, oh, there's only banelings there.
You know, it's still sub 100 hit points. And now look at this. He's splitting these up to try to catch infestors. He wants him to waste energy.
It's okay if he loses these mutas, because we're at the phase of the game where these mutas don't actually help that much.
Now some queens coming up. He's got to be careful. And you know what? He got 2 fungals out of him. He almost got a couple infestors. Didn't quite get it. But these are the type of risks you want to take at this portion of the game with Mutalisk tech.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, he's still picking off a few drones here and there. And eventually he actually wants all his mutas to die, because as they hit max supplies, not going to be very useful.
Surprised job.
Yeah.
Upgrading Bro at that hatchery. I was like, you can do that at a hatchery that won't necessarily die immediately, but
yeah, that's a weird hatchery to make that at.
That's a ballsy pick right there.
Yeah, I think he should make a queen there so that he can get a transfuse eventually. Like,
yeah, seriously.
I think it's so low. Well, Curious at 185 supply right now. Symbol almost maxed out.
Remember, Symbol did a great job last time we saw this of attacking with small numbers of his army here and there.
Well, look at this. This is a huge amount of surface area that he's going in for. Up that ramp, though, is not going to be very effective. The Roaches do hit from this side as well, though. And, in fact, as Curious's army comes down, some very nice fungals do occur, and his Hydra's dealing a lot of damage, but the Roaches come in from the other side.
All right, he's hitting from so many locations right now. Now, Curious will hold this up, and at what cost? It looks like that hatchery over there could be taken out. And meanwhile, over here in the back expansion, being hit. Is he going to lose that hatch?
Well,
there's too much stuff going on.
He is. Symbol doing a great job here, but his supply is being cleaned up. That's a lot of.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's got 1
hit point. 1 hit point. Oh,
okay,
he got
it dies.
Symbol's like, that's how you kill a hatch, Curious. That's how you kill 2 hatches, Curious. Curious right now is taking a big supply lead, but he's lost 2 hatches.
There could be another counterattack here from Curious. It doesn't look like Symbol wants to have any of that. He's going to keep hitting and keeping Curious on his heels right now until he can remake an army and hopefully defend off the counterattack from Curious.
Yeah, well, this counterattack is going to be deadly indeed. There's only 1 infestor, so that's a very important thing to note, but with 9 Hydras and 9 more Roaches, he's got a superior army for sure. All right. And in fact, with some of those Roaches down there, I think Symbol's just about to die.
Yeah, I think this counterattack could actually take him out. He's got to pull all of his workers.
Yeah, I mean, he has to do something, and I don't know what that could possibly be here. He just simply put has far less.
All right, he's continuing to make a ton of Roaches here, and I think you're right, Artosis. It looks like Curious actually, or Symbol rather, overextended in that attack, which allowed this one counterattack to be so effective, and that's going to be it. GG. Wow, it was a cool game.
That was a great game.
That was a fantastic game. Curious feeling very confident about that.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I like the idea by Symbol, but I think he got a little bit too fancy with it, to be honest.
I think he got a little carried away because that final counterattack with like the 5 or 6 Roaches, I'm like, man, that's just, he will attack you now.
Yeah.
No,
he knows. What he was relying on is Curious saying, oh, crap, I better go home. No, he wasn't ever going to do that. He lost 2 hatches.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm
maybe
pretty much
if he lost
dead.
just 1. Maybe if he lost just 1, then he doesn't do that. But Symbol went overboard on that last attack. He had a lot of roaches trying to go up that rock path, and you got a lot of splash damage from the fungal on them there. And he split them up into so many different pieces that Curious, who just took care of this piece of the army, and then this piece of the army, and then this piece of the army. Yeah, he lost 2 hatches, but his army was just so much better after that.
It was pretty crazy. So we're 1-1 right now. We're going to go to a short little break, and when we return, we're going to go to game number 3 here between Symbol and Curious.